And we're live. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my RPG Dungeons and Dragons test stream. My name is Chris Mepham. Thank you very much, those of you who have managed to join us, and those of you who are going to watch it later as well. This is purely a one shot, or the idea is a one shot. We'll see how much of the actual story we get through. And the idea is to test the stream, just check it's all working okay, get the sort of the setup and the everything running, and have a little bit of fun doing it as well. I have three absolutely wonderful people who have agreed to be my guinea pigs for this particular stream, and I will introduce you to them now. First off, a little bit about me. My name is Chris Mepham. I use the pronouns he, him. I am a dungeon master, illustrator, writer, general creative oddbod around the place. You found my stream, so you found me. You can also follow me just beneath my name at Chris Mepham RPG on Twitter if you want to later. With me, I have my partner in crime, Wayne. Wayne, could you tell us a little bit about you and who you are playing today?
Sure. My name is Wayne. My preferred pronouns are he and him. I am playing a Dragonborn. I'm also playing a bard for the first time ever, so that should be interesting. And forgive my errors along the way, or if I forget to do the standard things I'm supposed to. My bard's name is Ixurok of the clan Aliath, although he goes by the name of Rock because, well, it's easier for people. And he is a bard, but he is very much a bard of the spoken word as opposed to cheesy songs. And he is on his adventures in the frozen north, seeking adventure after a life of performing, and along the way has met a couple of companions who are now with him. One of whom was kind enough to show him how to get to the nearest town and appears to not have gone away. And the other who seems slightly enchanted with his stories and his performance, which is very much to his delight. So that is my character, Rock.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much, Wayne. Next, I have Charlie. Charlie.
Hello. Hi, I am Charlie. I go by she, her. I am a full-time illustrator and lecturer and giant nerd, so that's why I'm here. And my character is called Aisling. She is a satyr and a warlock, and she has accidentally found herself with a bit of a satanic twist to her magic and her patron completely by accident with this demon that's got a bit of a superiority complex going on. She's obsessed with mapping and she likes to explore and map and cartographize as much as she can. And that's how she ended up bumping into Rock by providing directions. But because she has no tact and is incredibly nosy, she just followed Rock along just to see where he was going and what he was up to. So that is where Aisling is at. She tries her best to be good and pleasant and chirpy, but she has a bit of a demon hint in her.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. Did I ask you before what your demon's name was, or did we come up with a name for your demon?
Don't think so. Don't think she knows it yet.
Yeah. Then, strictly off the top of my head, the demon's name is Alabaster, and you guys may meet Alabaster during the course of the game. And finally, last but certainly not least, is Nick.
Hi, my name's Nick. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a part-time adult. I'm a husband, a proud cat dad, and I will be playing Fig. Fig is a puka, a type of fairy, and a druid. Fig is absolutely fascinated by people and the things they do, and Rock, being quite a talented bard, caught Fig's awe, and Fig has decided just to follow Whether he's welcome or not, he will follow to appreciate. It also happens that he is incredibly inquisitive, and Aisling has a lot of maps, which means she's been everywhere, which means she must know almost everything about everyone, and therefore there's a lot of questions to be asked.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So the setting is agnostic. We're not setting it in Faerun or any of the particular things, generally because I'm more focused on the story we have in front of us. It is set in a frozen northern territory covered by ice and snow, where life is slightly difficult. And you have found yourselves here probably because Rock has been chasing something along the lines of something interesting. And you've been doing a few odd jobs and keeping yourselves warm and paying for your room in the inn. And then you are offered a job transporting some materials across a quite difficult trek between two towns. And you take this up because you need money to live. Unfortunately, it's the way that the material world works. And it's about halfway along when things get complicated. The storm came in quickly. You could actually smell the drop in pressure on the mountainside as you continued your trek to the next town. Within seconds, the temperature dropped to an uncomfortable level, the ice clinging to your furs. The wind howled like some angry spirit, its icy claws digging through the pelts and fabrics you had to swaddle yourselves in since you had headed north. Within minutes, your movements became sluggish, each onward step a fight for survival. You stopped talking to your companions after a moment, conserving all your strength to fight through the weather in the hopes of finding some sort of shelter. When the rumbling began, you barely had time to react. The avalanche hit hard, sweeping away your equipment and your friends. As each of you tumbled down the mountainside and away from the road, you found yourselves losing consciousness. Separated in a frozen sea of white, you each lay wondering if that was the end of your story. Aisling, as you finally began to succumb to the icy kiss of the weather, you could swear you could hear a desperate female voice in the wind calling out, "This is my kingdom, mine, and none shall take it from me." And then you fall to darkness. Rock, you begin to feel oddly warm. On one level, you know that this is your body shutting down, but you don't care. Just to feel something again is actually a strange relief. And as you begin to drift away, you feel the presence near to you, and a gnarled aged voice goes, "Oh no, my sweets, no. We can't be having this. You've got far too much work ahead of you to die here." And then you also fall to darkness. Fig, you awaken in a low, rickety wooden bed, bundled under some very heavy piles of fur and blanket. You appear to be in some sort of underground cave, and as you blink away your sleep, you can hear the soft drip of water somewhere in the room, from a flickering pop of a fire. Above you, the same fire is casting dancing lights on stalactites hanging from a high, rocky ceiling. Next to you, you can hear the breathing of your companions. Neither of them are awake. Looking around, you see you have all your equipment, and you actually find that you have been bandaged and healed from the damage you took from the avalanche. Sitting up, you find yourself in a small chamber with 4 tiny, rickety old beds. Your companions taking over 2 of them, again, similarly bandaged, healed, been taken care of, and 1 single large wooden door in what otherwise looks like a makeshift cave. In the centre, there's a little brazier with what looks like a pot of soup, bubbling away nicely. It smells delicious.
Oh. Fig will swing their legs over the edge of the bed, and being a mere 2 foot tall, hop down. Scamper over to the pot because it smells delicious, it's warm, and food is comforting. and sort of half clamber onto the edge of it so that they can look over and see actually what's cooking.
There is a general broth in there, something like a rich vegetable winter's soup. Hearty potatoes, carrots, the odd bit of corn, everything that you think that your body would need, but actually no meat. So the sort of thing that a lot of poorer families in the towns that you have been to would have as a standard fare. Looks fairly harmless. You've seen this sort of thing many, many times before. Actually, I think this is a really good chance. Do you want to describe what Fig looks like?
Certainly. So Fig, as I said, is barely 2 foot tall. They have strangely round yet sharp features and large saucepan-like eyes. Their skin is sort of an oaky brown, and they have short back and sides to the hair, and then sort of a green that's so dark it's almost black curls on top. Fig has at their back a set of appropriately sized bumblebee wings, and protruding from where their ears should be, so rather than kind of coming out and pointing like an elf or a classical fairy, they have 2 long ears that wrap round and become rabbit ears with tufts at the top.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So you are faced with this soup and both of your companions sleepily lazing around.
Fig will, in sort of a strike of inspiration, shuffle around almost in a circle, half direction one way, then half direction the other way, looking for bowls and a ladle.
You find them actually laid out, as if somebody expected you to wake up and help yourself at some point.
Excitedly, Fig will bounce, grab 2 bowls, forgetting the ladle in their excitement, and just both at the same time, both bowls into the broth.
You have 2 very nice smelling bowls of winter stew.
And then hopping on the spot, kind of wanting to eat the stew themselves, then scamper over to Rock, put one of the bowls down kind of on the floor near Rock, but hopefully where Rock won't kind of swing around and kick it over, poke Rock in the cheek, and then run over to Aisling and do exactly the same.
Rock and Aisling, you are both awoken by a familiar poking in the face, which has happened many a time around the campfire since you started travelling with Fig. You're muted, honey.
What is going on? Well, where are we? Oh, Fig! Ah, Fig, there you are. It's good to see you up. Aisling, we all seem to be quite well.
Yeah, I don't quite know how that happened, really.
Where are we,
What?
Fig?
Soup!
Soup.
Ah.
Oh, soup. Oh, I could murder some soup.
She's pretty much finished hers. She doesn't hang about.
Rock's just going to be looking for a ladle or something. Is there a spoon? Spoon, Fig? Fig? I'll find a spoon if I can.
Waste of time. Waste of time. Waste of time.
Oh, God, Aisling.
So what you notice about the materials, there is actually some spoons, but most of them are carved from like a very wild wood. And the bowls are actually shorn out of a stone, almost like someone has deliberately used magic to make them.
Ooh.
I mean, I've seen magic used to create many strange things, as I'm sure you two have. Is there anyone else here? There seems to be another bed. Just going to have a look around suspiciously.
Fig, have you seen anyone? Has anyone been around?
Just the soup.
Make a perception check for me, please, Rock.
That would be a 7.
7. No sign of anybody else. It's curious there's a fourth bed though. Also, sometimes it's very hard to concentrate, particularly if Aisling and Fig are excited about something.
Which
I
we
know. Right, I shall get up and head towards the door, and I'm going to just have a little listen at the door, because I don't know where we are at all.
Awesome. You go and wander over to this big, heavy door, like the cutlery that you were just touching, and the goods, the beds. It's made from this very rough-hewn wood, almost like it's been slung together, like quickly. It's gappy, and there is light coming through from the other side. When you put your face towards it, you can feel like a gentle warmth coming through in the air. Almost like the room next door is even warmer than this one.
Can I try stare through one of the gaps?
You can. I have a perception check off of you again, though. Sorry.
Let's try again. Oh, that's even better. That would be a 6.
A 6. It's hard to make out. There's shapes and there's light dancing in there, so you think there's a fire, but beyond that, you're not entirely certain.
What do you mean? My eyesight is perfectly fine. Aisling, have a look through the door. See if you can see what's in that room. Just quietly.
really?
Quietly, Aisling.
Okay. Did you not see anything then?
No, I'm still asleep. Just look through the door.
But you look awake.
Door.
Oh, right. Okay, yes, of course. Right, yeah. I'm going to look through the door.
Go make a perception check.
Heyo. 17.
Nice. So you see a muddle of shelves and different furniture and things like that through the room. It's hard to make everything out. You have to move about quite a bit to see different things. But there are shelves full of strange old musty tomes. You think you see a skull. At one point you see a stuffed owl, which has been set to look like it's fighting a crow. And in the middle of the room, you make out a large fireplace with a huge armchair facing it, with the back of it towards you. And it's about this time...
It looks awesome.
Can you see anyone?
It's about this time that, as Aisling's looking through, you see a long, strange silhouette of a hand raise up and do this, and the door slides open.
Oh, didn't like that.
And you hear, "Well, come closer, my dears. Auntie didn't spend all that energy saving you so you can gawp in a doorway."
And Rock will immediately gain his composure and straighten himself up and raise himself to his full height, which, by the way, is about 6'3". And I'll say, we shall be in momentarily. Thank you so much. And I'm just going to bend down and go, "We don't know who this is, so just be careful, all right?
I don't have any aunties. All of mine died.
It's not a literal... Oh, just go.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
I shall walk through, striding through.
Fig, did you have something that you wanted to do?
As everything, I think Fig will just totter behind with one of these large bowls of soup, just kind of sipping it, looking around.
Excellent. So as you enter the
We
next...
must protect Fig.
You've only just met Fig, but you will die for him.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
And if those little wings flap, I'm probably going to swoon.
So as you enter the next chamber, you are struck by the sheer weirdness of it all. The room is piled high with strange herbs and oddities. Mouldy tomes lay under jars of pickled eyes, severed animal parts, and even what you suspect may have been a human foot at some time. Strange bone effigies hang from icy stalactites, and an eerie green-flamed fire sits in the fireplace, casting in strange, welcoming warmth. A mangy old white cat with only one cloudy eye sits and watches you from the back of a huge armchair near the fire. It flicks its tail at you as if your presence isn't interrupting its day. As your eyes adjust, you see that the chair has a figure in it. An inhumanly long hand raises from the arm of the chair and gestures to a set of stools facing it. You can't help but notice that each of the hand's digits has one too many joints.
I like it.
It's a what a colourful home you have. I'm going to move to where
Yeah.
the stools are because I'm really not very comfortable here. Should we take a seat, madam?
She gestures to the chairs again.
I'm going to
Okay,
sit
wait.
like a small child on a naughty step.
Aisling sits down and like crosses her legs in front of her.
I think, Fig, coming up the rear, I think you can make an insight check for me.
That's always a good response. This is going to go well.
Yeah. Is it soup?
Okay. Ooh, 22.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, you've been in trouble enough times in your life to recognise when you are being talked to by an adult, and this room has been deliberately laid out to make you all feel young.
Fig with the bowl, still kind of like eyes gawking at everything around, sipping as they walk, likely spilling things all over the place. We'll go the long way around the chair to the front to look at Auntie, look up and go, "Hello, Auntie. Thank you for the soup." And then walk round to where the last stool is and sort of put the soup down, clamber up and sit on the stool.
Amazing. So you're all faced with a tall, gangly-looking woman folded impossibly into the chair. A shock of light blue and white hair shoots out at every angle, hiding most of her features. Her skin is pale and almost translucent, and it seems to have strange blue moss and the odd winter mushrooms sprouting from it. The mouldering sack of a dress she wears is weighted against her body by more of those strange bone effigies around her neck. Tied tightly with leather thongs. One cold, regarding eye peeks at you through the mess of hair, seeming to bore into your very souls. Again, you cannot help but notice that, like her hands, each of her limbs has one too many joints. Well then, my little ones have awoken, have they? Well, good. Didn't go to all that fuss after all to save you from the avalanche to have you die on me now, did I?
Oh, we have you to thank for bringing us in from that. We're very grateful, and I'm going to try and bow despite the fact that I'm sitting.
Oh, right. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And I'm glad that you like the soup, little one.
It's quite big.
So I think you guys can all make a history or arcana check, and I think that Aisling and Fig can do this with advantage.
Ooh.
Oh, natural 20
Nice.
on my arcana check, so that's a 22.
I got a 20 as well.
Nice!
13 for Fig.
13 for Fig. I think that's enough.
I think it averages out all right.
Yeah. The three of you all, without any hesitation, come to the conclusion that you are face to face with a very powerful hag of some kind.
I feel like Aisling sort of nudges Rock, like, this
It's all right. Rock's going to stand up and sort of try and gather himself and say, we are most grateful for you taking us in from that dreadful avalanche. We're not entirely sure what happened, but we are most grateful. My name is Rock, and I shall bow again, and I shall say, this is my companion Aisling and my other companion Fig. We are most grateful to you. And your name is?
I am Auntie Pruinos, but you can just call me your favourite auntie if you want to, my love.
Auntie it is.
Now,
Yep.
I'm certain you're all smart little weasels, and you all know the way things work. So, I saved your life. It was the right thing to do. I even have your equipment. I picked it up for you. It's stashed just beyond. But nothing is for free, you see. Not with hags. Not even with nice hags like me, you see. So, I will need a small favour in return, my loves.
I do have some gold, if that will, if you're out of pocket for looking after us. I'm more than happy to pay for our stay.
Not that sort of favour, is it?
No.
Look at your little friends, they understand. You can see it on their faces.
Well, that's always the first time. How can we be of service?
Well, I'm such an old woman, you see, and I get ever so lonely. I have me snowdrop, and she reaches over and scritches the cat, like, who again twitches and like watches you with his eye. You can't quite work out with this cat whether it's regarding you as prey or just an intrusion. It certainly is not happy that you're here. But I need something else, you see, and you three look like the perfect things to go and get it for me, you see. Brave little adventurers that you are, trudging through the snow in this time of year of all things. Such courage. Now,
Yeah, we are very courageous.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I knew it. You see, Auntie has a feeling for these things. Yeah. And she kind of sits back in the chair. And you kind of estimate, like, from looking at her, she probably stands about 9 foot if she stood up with her, but she's clearly all folded into this chair that's actually too small for her. I'll tell you my woes, and then I'll tell you how to make it up to me, and then I will release you from the little gears I'll put on you to make sure that you fulfil your part of the bargain.
You what?
A gears, my dear. A little spell, just to make sure that you repay your debts to Auntie. It's nothing unfair. Just make sure that you keep your end of the bargain while I keep my end of the bargain. Standard hag stuff, you know. Stops you running off the moment you're out of Auntie's sight. So, how it's going to go is like this. I, for my part, will save you from the cold, make sure you're fed and healthy, and send you on your way and make sure you arrive at your destination with all your equipment and all the little goods that you were taking to that poor, starving town in the mountains. You, for your part, are going to trundle down to my old home. Beautiful place it used to be. Big old fort, wonderful place to entertain all sorts of people. Kings, queens, cows, maids, you know. All the sorts of things that you really want as a hag. But some greedy so-and-so went and chased me out one night whilst I was sleeping. Had to leave, fear of my own life. Could go down and sort it out myself, but frankly, why would I when I've got such young, healthy, bodied little individuals to do it for me? So, I'd like you to go through the ice cave system, which I will show you, on through the lost town that is beyond it, to me old fortress, and find my old cauldron. In it, you'll find a cat skull. Free that cat skull from who's currently got it, and your part of my deal is done. I will use my not inconsiderable magics to make sure that you get to where you need to be, healthily, with everything that you have.
Do we need to return the skull to you?
Just free it from who owns it at the moment, my love, and it will come back to me.
It's a skull.
Yeah, what exactly do you mean by freeing it? Do we just sort of set it free?
Does it like run away?
If you bring it out of the cauldron and set it in the snow, it will do the rest.
Got it. Okay.
Right. It's a bit of a weird skull, isn't it?
She gestures around her room and just settles down again.
Yeah.
You mentioned us travelling through a lost town. How exactly is the town lost if we're travelling through it?
Well, the ice came and claimed it some centuries ago, didn't it? Used to be a buzzing little place. Little trade place, but then the ice came, as it always does, and took it back. No one lives there now.
So it's completely empty. Nothing spooky or nasty.
I haven't been there for a while, my love. I couldn't tell you what's there or not. There will be dangers. There's always dangers in these things. But that's why I'm hiring you to do it.
I mean, we are amazing, but I'd rather not.
Oh, well, that's fine. I can take back my gears and put you back where you were, dying in the avalanche.
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
Perhaps we could negotiate for a different fee or favour, perhaps?
I mean, I can add additional favours on top of it if you want, my love.
Not
No, thank you.
quite what I had in mind.
I mean, those old eyes of yours don't see no as good as they used to, do they? I could fix
It's
that for
perfectly
you.
fine. My eyes are perfectly fine, I'll have you know. Forgive me for being so forward, but it appears to me that you're not really giving us much choice in this transaction. Would that be accurate?
Well, I mean, I gave you back your life, love. That's fairly big on my part. I do need compensation.
I mean, it was a lovely thing to do. Surely the joy of giving to somebody such a gift of kindness would be enough.
She kind of looks at the two fake and she goes, he doesn't get it, does he?
Not even a little bit.
But think of the joy, the additional joy.
No, I don't think I will, love. I think if you want other favours, I can bargain for other favours. After all, I am a hag.
Let's not do that.
I think we are very thankful for the current favour, thank you. This home of yours, it's not very far then?
I'd say it's overall, it would take you about a day to do this for me.
I'm sure we can manage a day. And just to be clear, we are then totally free of any obligation to you, is that correct?
Soon as that skull is free from its little iron tomb and placed in the snow,
Yes,
scuttering
snow.
You will be where you need to be.
So Skull's not going to jump up and eat our faces or anything?
Oh no, my loves, I wouldn't do that to you. That seems mean.
Heaven forbid you should be mean.
Waste of my effort saving those beautiful skins of yours only to have something else eat them for my amusement. No.
Don't appreciate being called skins, but I agree.
I mean, Aisling does have a lovely skin.
What's Fig doing whilst these two are trying to negotiate the situation?
There's a lot of looking backwards and forwards as they sort of fail to kind of play tennis with a hag.
I feel like Fig is just
Don't know what you're talking about.
Fig's just like, this is happening, so I don't know why they're bothering.
And I think maybe as they sort of the conversation turns to skin, Fig will sort of hop down and sort of toss it to where the equipment is left and start just kind of like putting their stuff on.
Absolutely, that's fine. So whilst you guys are still negotiating it, at some point you kind of just glance over and Fig is already wrapping up and pulling on his furs and his skins.
Rock's
Right.
just it appears that we're already making our way. As we are, as you mentioned, no doubt going to encounter some dangers, I wondered if perhaps you might be able to help us with some provisions, perhaps a few healing potions. I mean, you wouldn't want us to die on the way to achieving this for you, now would you?
I looked through your stuff just to make sure I knew what I had, and I noticed that you've all got a healing potion each.
Just the one, though. I'm sure that could, be used very quickly. Perhaps you'd be kind enough, because you are obviously a woman of great kindness. Perhaps you would be kind enough to offer us another?
Make a persuasion check for me, please.
Hang on, I'm working this out. 28.
She raises an eyebrow, and there's this big, toothy, gapped grin with these yellow like stones that used to be teeth, and she
When
kind of
she
looks.
does that, Rock kind of recoils a little.
Oh, I do like 'em when they're sassy like you, my love. All right, I'll throw in an additional 2 healing potions of my own making. Just to make sure that you get through, because this is quite important to your auntie, you know. And she reaches out with one long arm onto one of the shelves, and she pulls down these 2 what look like healing potions with slightly brackish water in it, like kind of like little bits floating in it and normal. And she deposits them into your hand. They will do the trick
I'll
for
take
you.
them very gingerly and kind of put them into. And those are?
They are standard healing potions. So, if you're all happy with the deal as it stands and you don't need anything else, maybe you'd like to not be feeling the cold as much. Or maybe you'd like to see better in the dark. I can do these things for you. Or maybe there's something you're looking for that Auntie can help you with.
I mean, we could... Wait a minute. These are those additional bargains, aren't they?
They really are. Not as dumb as he looks, this little one. She reaches out and she boops you on the nose.
I most certainly am not as dumb. No, wait, I'm not dumb at all. Right, come along, Fig, Ashling.
Yeah, good save there. Yes, great.
Yeah. She unfolds from the chair and she walks in front of you, grabbing a large staff that you didn't see before, again with these wonderful bone effigies hanging off of it on long leather cords. And she staggers forward. And she's a good head and a half taller than all of you, but she's hunched over.
I think there is a good chance that when she unfolded, Rook would have very loudly, despite his best intentions, said something like, "Oh dear God."
She just smiles. She's used to it. She knows. You get the impression from this woman she knows exactly what she's about and who she is. And she reaches out and she pulls back one of the shelves with one huge hand, and there's a second stone door marked with runes on the inside. And she mutters something in a language that you don't understand. What languages do you speak amongst yourselves?
Common, Sylvan, and Dwarvish for me.
Common and Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
Common, Sylvan, and Giant.
Fig,
obviously.
You pick out most of it. It is a warding spell that she has put up, but it's mostly in Sylvan and Giant. But there's something else she's weaved in there at the same time. And as she does so, the stone, these runes flash on the back of it and disappear. And then this handle grows out of the back of the stone. And she just turns it and pulls it open. And you find yourself facing a huge ice cavern with lots of little pathways kind of moving back and forth. Now, my loves, here comes the tricksy bit. And she steps through the door, bowing down and coming out the other side, pushing out her hand as far as she can. Follow these east. Stay as close to east as you possibly can and do not stray from the path. Be warned, do not go up into the surface. That storm is liable to stay for another 2-3 days and you might end up exactly where you started. Once you have travelled a good half a day or so, you will probably see an old abandoned town. Carry on east through said town to the other side, and there's an old forest, probably petrified by now, I should imagine. In that is a tower and a fort where my old home used to be. Get to there, rescue my cat's skull from the iron prison it's in at the moment, and our time together is at an end.
One last question. Who currently occupies your tower and fort.
Didn't catch a look at her. Some greedy witch who felt that she could take your auntie's power from her. But your auntie's crafty, you see, and she heard her coming and fled. But as much as I love my new abode, I am missing something important, and I do want it back.
How long ago was this?
About a century.
Okay.
Be careful, my loves. And she turns around and goes back in, and you hear this.
Just before she closed the door, I'm going to yell, "Your concern is touching."
You hear.
Aisling was manically writing down all those instructions and stuff in one of her books, by the way.
Amazing.
So was Wayne, and it didn't go very well.
Oh.
You hear a crunch, and when you look at the door, it's like it was never there. And you are left
Well, that
out
was
on this
thoroughly
ice
disturbing.
on your own.
Was most definitely. Fig, dear, is this normal? I've heard about hags, but I've never encountered one before.
It's very sad. She's lost something, or someone's stolen something from her. So that's sad.
Yes, sad. That was what came to mind.
Everything else seems very haggy.
Very
So
on brand.
that would be a yes then.
Yes.
Got it. Right, now, is everyone all right? Any more healing needed? Everyone okay?
I think I'm okay.
Head, knees, toes, fingers, ears.
Wait, Fig,
Wings.
turn around.
Yes.
Turn around. Alright, yeah, wings, you good?
Good. All good.
Right, well, I suppose we should try and get this over with then, shall we?
Let's find this unnecessarily creepy cat skull and let it grow legs or something in the snow.
Perhaps it flies. Perhaps you set it free.
Aww.
That would be a little better than it scuttling away on small, unreared legs. But
I think
anyway,
pretty much any option is just horrifying, so let's just go.
let's get this done.
Yep.
Okay, so then, follow east, I believe she said.
So outside the hag's abode, you see a tight-knit set of caverns leading downward. Natural tunnels of ice are formed, making a journey forward actually quite easy. You find yourself in a strange subterranean world with odd echoes around you. Sometimes your footfalls bounce back at you from angles you weren't expecting, and other times the light from your torches just disappears. Just kind of seems to oppress around you. After a couple of hours, you come across what appears to be a larger opening. More tunnels twist further, but a soft mist seems to be drifting in the cavern that you have not seen before.
Aisling, which way is east? Which one of these do we have to go through?
I feel like Aisling was definitely mapping the whole time she was going.
I feel like that would
So
be
does
Aisling's thing.
she know? Yeah.
Make a survival check for me, please.
Okay. That's a 9.
9? You're fairly certain you're going east. You kind of pull out the compass that you've got for yourself, and you're kind of going in. You're pretty sure you are roughly where you need to be going. And this does seem like the most direct route, based on what Auntie Pruino said to you.
But she, even though she's not 100% sure, she says it like she's 100% sure. She's like, oh, it's definitely this way, 100%.
I feel that's very on brand. Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Fig, are you ready? Shall we head into the foreboding cabins?
Yes.
You
Yes,
sound
of
way
course.
too keen, babe.
Exciting. It'll be exciting. Maybe nothing will happen and we'll all be scared, and it'll be exciting that we're scared for a little bit but nothing will happen. Or something could happen and it'll be exciting because something happened. And then Brock will have another story.
Quite. Well, this will certainly be a story once we are done with it. Right, on we push. Is east the direction where this mist is coming from?
It is, yeah.
Of course it is.
This cave kind of like loops down, and you can see inside, and it gets very dark very, very quickly, and the mist is kind of roving out slightly. And I'll make a general perception check for 3 of you for me, please.
Perception. 15 for me.
15.
16 for Aisling.
Nice.
And 10 for Fig.
And 10 for Fig. Nice. So, Aisling and Rock, you kind of feel the air getting colder, and you notice there's something in there making this mist, and it kind of touches you. It kind of feels like that sort of early morning mist you get on snowy days, and it kind of pricks on your skin slightly. Fig, this is all really exciting to you. You're kind of like all over, and you kind of in horror as this thing kind of waves over Fig to their waist, and Fig's just kind
Is
of
it very
bounding forward.
thick?
Very thick.
Oh, okay.
But just up to you about your chest height. And kind of roll.
So we're not just seeing 2 bunny ears go through the fog.
No, tempting as that image is, no, not quite there.
Oh.
It's like that R2D2 thing on Dagobah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's piggyback time when that happens.
I am just going to stop for a second and say, this feels way too creepy for me. Just in case, my dears, and I am going to look them both in the eyes and just say, you are both incredibly brave. I am very proud of you both. And I shall give them both bardic inspiration.
Perfect, yeah.
Thank you.
What's your bardic inspiration dice?
It is a D8.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And as per Tasha's, you can also use that when you use curative magic or offensive magic or attack to add to those dice as well.
Correct.
So.
As I have done that, although they don't notice it themselves, both of them, just at the back, sort of the nape of their neck, both of them have a tiny little glowing heart. Just tiny little heart on the back of their neck.
Awesome. Amazing. Just to check, you can use that on more than one person, that feature, can't you? Or is it every time you do an inspiration?
Every time I do an inspiration.
Amazing. Cool.
Wicked.
I am just going to move us over to the map. So, if you guys open up Roll20 and just pop yourself on the visible area there. Do you need me to ping for anybody?
No, I got it.
You got it. Awesome. Cool. And how are you proceeding into this cave?
Bear with, I'm just trying to see.
Oh, can you...
Don't appear to be able to drag my character on.
that
No,
might be
neither do
because I haven't had a chance to set you guys up. Bear with me.
Cool.
I could have been doing this whilst the other technical goblins was going on, but I didn't.
As long as it's not just me again.
No, it is a me thing. It's cool. That is a Wayne.
Just so you two know, with your bardic inspiration, the little glowing heart is part of one of the new rules, which basically says that if you use it for an ability check, your bardic inspiration, you can in fact roll again and choose which to use.
That's good.
Lovely.
If you use it on an attack roll, the creature, and I can choose other creatures within 5 foot of it, also takes thunder damage if it fails the Constitution saving throw,
Damn.
equal to the throw that you rolled. And if you use it for a saving throw, you gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled plus 5.
That's well good. And how many times do we get to use the inspiration dice? Is it just the one?
Just once.
All right, got you.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you give that another go for me?
He's. Come on, Ashling. Come on, babe.
Yep.
There you
Come on,
go.
Cool. And Fig, if you can pop yourself on there as well.
Trying.
Drag from the name, not from the 3 bars. Usually makes a difference.
I think you need to have select move selected as well rather than the pan.
Do you want me to pop him on there for you?
I think you might need to. Sorry.
Them on there. Poke me if I do that, by the way. I should be better than that.
We will.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Consider yourself poked.
Awesome. So, just check you can all move your tokens. This is very exciting for all of you at home. Sorry about this.
I can't move my token. Sorry.
Ah, dear. Right. I am not sure what's going on with that. It should be set up correctly according to mine. Controlled by... There we go. Try that.
No, that's really weird.
Try again.
Let me refresh.
No worries. I will make a note because this is the sort of thing we should definitely check beforehand.
It is the test stream,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is
My
amazing.
goodness.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat yelling at us to add additional favours. I think not.
I think that's Fernando, and Fernando. I feel I would love them to. There were some wonderful things they should have chosen, and they didn't. After later on, I might actually post what Auntie Prunos could have done for people just for joy. Nick, I'm going to delete Fig. If you want to try dragging them on again.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
Yeah, a couple of refreshes and it works.
Hey.
Come along, Fig. Stop hanging about.
I can't see.
So you're faced with 2 tunnels, one of which heads slightly more to your right, and one of them sweeps around into the left and looks from where you can see like it opens up a little further.
Which one is the most easterly?
You think this one is. Sorry, the map is upside down from where you would go, but this is the most easterly direction.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. I feel like Ashling's already walking towards it.
Oh, all right,
Awesome.
come along then.
Well, it's this one, isn't it?
You,
Obviously.
If you say so.
who has dark vision in the party?
Ooh,
This is
Don't
actually
think
a
I
party.
do.
I don't think I do. Dragon.
I will produce flame.
Amazing. So that kind of
I can
casts
light a candle if we.
so you kind of face with this tunnel that kind of sweeps back up to the right again. You're not entirely certain, but you think it may connect with what was there before. And then this pathway in front of you also goes further east. And I will have a perception check off of you all, please.
Yep. Nice. 15 for 8. Ashling.
15. Nice.
21 for me.
21.
19 for Fig.
Well, I think with that, you can all hear a soft breathing.
Oh.
Like a...
Don't look at me, it's not me.
Like something large is snoring.
May I do a nature check to see if I recognise kind of the tone and the breathing in case it's like a bear or something?
Mm-hmm,
That
absolutely.
might live in caves and caverns.
Yes, please do.
Another 19.
Nice. This is your flat score is now from here on in
Yeah,
19.
it's all downhill from here.
I think with a 19, the nature of how it's breathing, you can't quite tell. You know it's a large animal. You've heard bears in the wood before, and they have a very sort of quite big, guttural, sort of chesty, like, snore to them. This sounds like it has like a cleaner, almost drier sort of breath to it. Sounds large. If you had to put your finger on it, you'd say it was probably something maybe reptilian. But very hard to say off the top of your head.
Shall we go that way quietly, or should we just go the other way?
Well,
Don't we
this
need to
way
go
is
that way?
east.
So we go quietly.
Okay, quietly then.
Give it a go.
Amazing.
Quietly, Aisling.
I mean, I'll try. Okay, yeah, right.
I would like you all to make a stealth check, please. I'm tempted to give you disadvantage because of the shenanigans, but I'm not going to be mean.
Second natural 20.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Aisling got a 19.
A 19.
5.
Yeah. Oh, you make so much noise. You're so little.
I got a 23. Well, the mist is thick. She can't. They can't see what they're doing. So that's a
I
23 in total to me.
Cool. Do you
I
want to...
think as we're walking, Fig will be shushing themselves. Shh, Fig. Less noise. Walking too heavily. Shh.
Amazing. Yeah,
Rock will just look at Vig with this like.
I'm trying. Shh.
and you're doing really well, and the two of you are kind of and trying to keep Fig really quiet, and you're getting further into the caverns. When Fig, you kind of very loudly shh yourself, and then you kind of look at this icicle beside you, and it blinks at you.
Ah.
No.
I'm going to reveal. Do you guys want to move yourself up a little bit?
Yep.
I'll reveal a little bit of the more of the map.
Whereabouts are we going up here?
I think you were going to carry on towards your
Round
left.
this way?
Yeah.
Right, got you.
So you guys see a little bit more, and I think you get to about here when it happens.
Okay.
And this little tiny icicle like blinks at you, and then unfurls these wicked great wings and has this big goblinish smile, and it looks at you and goes, "Intruders!" in Sylvan at you.
God.
And I think I'll have everybody roll initiative.
It
please.
begins.
Actually, let me pop the tracker on there. Those of you rolling into roll 20, if you hit your token before you roll, it will add them to the...
Yes, I always forget to do that.
Amazing. Cool.
Do you want to add me on? I got 7.
Cool, I will do. Just 1 second. Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong layer. I'm getting better with Roll20 every single time I use it, but every once in a while I kind of forget which layer I'm on, and
Yeah, easily done.
and Aisling is add you as well.
Yep.
Also, you got 7, was that?
Yep.
Fantastic. And what did Aisling manage to get?
13.
13. Fantastic. And so let me just reveal stuff. Oop, it's being a little slow today. I think it's probably because I've got a lot running on my machine at the moment. And put those on the token there. So it just makes my life easier.
Ooh.
So you should be able to see a little something.
Yeah.
And we will start with them.
Don't like how close it is to me.
It's not working. Okay, there we go. Ooh, they rolled well.
Aww.
Oh, booty.
And the other creatures in the cave. You immediately hear that breathing stop. Excellent. Cool. So. And I will just organise it all. And up first is Rock. So this little thing is actually closer to Fig over here, and you see this little tiny goblin-y fairy type creature. Looks like it's completely made of ice. There's kind of this smoky air coming off of it, and you think this might be the thing creating the mist.
Okay. Chris, I can't see Ashling's initiative on the return order.
Did I not add it in? Sorry, can you repeat your number for me, please?
13.
13. Amazing.
Just so I can pretend to be like strategic and stuff. Which I never am. Okay. Right, so I am going to turn around and... Actually, I'll stay where I am, but I'm going to turn around, look straight at it, and just go, shh, 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 we're not intruders. We're not... Shush, shush. And try and quiet it first.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh, man.
16.
It kind of looks at you and pauses, and I think because it's thinking, it will spend its first action sitting there going, are they intruders? Did I get this wrong? They don't look right. They don't look like me. That makes them intruders, right? So they'll miss their go whilst that happens. But they'll take basically what they'll do is they'll take a full dodge action. They seem to be kind of flitting around thinking about this. So their go is over. And you hear like this kind of like slightly crystalline which feels like it should, like this sound that this one makes, and another one pops around the corner and it sees you there, Aisling, and it kind of points at you, and it will shriek and cast a breath of frost coming forward at you. And I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. And it goes like that. Just hits you.
Okay, that was a critical fail, so...
Oh, critical fail. Oh no.
+2.
So you take... That's not right. Don't know why I rolled that. So you take 5 frost damage, cold damage, as this kind of this breath of fresh, of like icy fog comes out of this creature's mouth and straight at you. And it is your go.
It's my go. Okay. So is it this creature over here that did it?
No, it's the one in front of you here.
The one right in front of me. Okay.
Yeah. The other one skipped its turn. It's flitting around, trying to think about what it's just been told.
Invocations, are they a bonus action or an action?
They are, as per the description of the invocation itself. Which one did you want to use?
Yeah, I think the agonizing blast one, and then I want it.
Oh no! In that case, with agonizing blast, what you do is you cast your Eldritch Blast cantrip as an action, and then the agonizing blast adds on top of the damage on top of that one.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Awesome. At your level, you get 2 attacks with that.
Yeah. Ooh. A 25 to hit on the first one.
A 25 will definitely hit.
I should hope so. Oh, 11 on the next one.
And 11 on the next one, which actually does hit.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's good.
roll your damage. So you roll 1d10 and then you add your charisma modifier on top of that one.
Yeah, I do.
So both Wayne and Charlie are playing classes they've never touched before, just for giggles.
Never done a proper caster before. Oh, nice. So it's 14 damage on the first one.
14 on the first one?
Yeah. Is it just the dice roll and my charisma that I'm doing, or is there any additional, like, on physical damage?
No, that's exactly the same again. So for each of your Eldritch Blasts, you roll your damage and then add your charisma modifier on top of that.
All right, cool. And the next one is only a 7.
Only a 7? What does your Eldritch Blast look like?
Ooh. I feel like I want it to look pretty, but because my patron isn't, it comes out like horrifying, like black, spiky stuff.
Actually, I feel like Alabaster kind of appreciates your aesthetic. So it's slightly gothy and it's sort of purple, but it's still sparkly and energy.
Yeah.
So you kind of requested. So you kind of, when you're like, oh, I would like it to look like this, and he's like, I can give you the sparkles, but it has to have a certain aesthetic. You do understand these things.
Yeah. So when I cast it, I'm always just like, oh well, yeah, I guess.
So these things smash into this creature, and it shatters like the icicle it's pretending to be, and the chunks of it fall to the floor, destroying it outright. And because of your warlock class, you get some temporary hit points, don't you?
Do I?
Yes, because you are a fiend. I think that's one of your features.
Oh yeah. When I reduce a creature to 0, I regain temporary hit points equal to my charisma modifier plus my level.
Yep. So
yeah, I get full health points again.
Yep.
Well, temporary.
You get so those are temporary hit points, which of course does work slightly different, but
I get 9 buffer points.
Nice. So you guys watch as this coalescing, sparkling purple energy smashes into this creature, and then just as this thing's falling, part of it comes back and then just drifts into Ashling's mouth. And she looks, and the wounds around her just kind of that she took from that frosty blast just kind of melt away slightly.
Don't like when things make me jump. That made me bloody jump.
Next character go. It is Fig.
So this thing in front of me, what is it currently doing?
It's thinking and flitting. It looks like it's deliberately trying to avoid being hit, just in case you're not trustworthy. But it has just seen one of its mates go down, so it's fairly certain you're not friendly.
So we're not technically engaged yet.
It hasn't attacked you, but you are in its range. It will, now that there has been an aggression, it probably will use its reaction to attack you. You think? It looks like it's come to a conclusion.
In which case, Fig is going to perform some hand gestures down by their knees, and then their fingers come up, and a bonfire. I'm going to cast bonfire directly underneath it.
Nice. Is that for them to dodge?
It's a Dex save.
Dexterity saving throw.
That should be against 15 is my spell save DC.
They get a massive 12.
Cool, so they take 9 fire damage for being standing directly on top of a magical bonfire.
You see this thing kind of like, it tries to move away and it doesn't get out of the way anywhere near quick enough. And it starts to melt away, and its wings are looking a little ragged, and it's about half the size of its original self. And in Sylvan, you hear it scream, "I'm melting! I'm melting! Evil!" Anything else?
No, I think being called evil has knocked the wind out of Fig's sails. I think for my movement, I'll put my shield up and just slowly sink to the ground.
Fig has been wounded too.
Maybe I take a D12 psychic damage.
12, Jesus.
No, your feelings hurt a little bit.
Got an ouchie in there.
Ouch.
Oh.
Yeah. So the next turn, you hear a roar, and a huge, white, draconic-looking creature bounds down the corridor towards you all. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, engaging Aisling. It does not look happy that you are here, and it will make 2 attacks. First off, it will bite at you. And it fails, and it critically fails, and it kind of almost bites its own tongue, and you kind of see it reel back. And then it will lash out at you with its tail as well. That, however, is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, doing a 8 bludgeoning damage.
I'm not used to non-barbarians where this actually matters.
Awesome, and you hear a similar doof, 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 and another one comes around. You are slightly surrounded. So this one will take a bite at you. For a 14 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Only doing 4 piercing damage, and then it will do. Just waiting for things to appear. 16 to hit for 7 bludgeoning damage. For your fellows, how is Aisling looking?
A little bit bruised, not bloodied, but she's definitely not happy.
Awesome. That will make it Rock's go.
Okay. Rock is a little bit flustered by the large creatures that have just run up.
Yeah, I feel like Aisling looks back at him just being like, "Oh, did you see that?"
Yes, they're right there. And then I am going to... At the one that I can see that's right in front of me, I am just going to cast Vicious Mockery. What do these creatures look like?
They look like wingless dragons.
Are they kind of icy as well, or are they just...
They are white-scaled and sharp-toothed. They look like white dragons without wings.
Fair enough. So do I. Yes, so I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at it.
Vicious Mockery, excellent. That is a wisdom saving throw?
I believe it is indeed.
Excellent. What do you say to them?
I shall look at that one and say, you there? I see scarier geckos.
Amazing.
And I'm going to try it. And that is 4 points of damage.
He takes the 4 points of damage as he does not save.
That's nice. And I think that's pretty much all I can do right now. You two, don't forget you have your bardic inspirations. And then I'm actually going to stay exactly where I am,
Yep.
And I will be ready for my next attack.
Amazing.
Possibly.
The frosty little fairy recovers itself a little bit, and it kind of, in Savannah, it kind of points at Fig and goes, "You hurt me, I'll do back at you." And I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okey-dokey. Can I interest you in a 13?
13 is good. You take a grand total of 3 frost damage, cold damage, as this thing breathes out this icy mist in your general direction. Aisling, it is your go.
Yeah. I think Aisling is going to try command on both of them because she can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just check.
It says, using a spell slot of second level or higher, you can affect one additional creature for each slot above first.
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah, that's all fine. That's no problem at all.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yay! As you saw, they're very good at that. Oh, a natural 20.
No!
So they kind of see your words kind of seep into it, and it kind of shakes its head, and you hear in the back of your head, "I'm very sorry, dear. That thing is a little too angry for that spell."
Ah, you could have told me that first.
Was that on both of them?
It was on one of them, wasn't it? Or did you cast it on both of them?
I cast it on both.
Oh, sorry, that's my misunderstanding. I will roll for the second one.
Oh, I thought that was for both of them.
Nope. What is your command word again?
Sleep.
Sleep. The one next to you here kind of blinks and then just kind of curls up and starts snoring, and is temporarily asleep.
Nice.
Good job.
So you got one of them. So
Okay,
you just
good.
guys need to be careful. If it gets attacked or shaken by one of its colleagues, it will wake up. I feel like you would know that about your own spell. That
Yep.
will make it Fig's go.
Okay. I'm going to have to take the risk and try and disengage from this thing.
It will try and scratch at you with these claw-like talons.
That's fair. That's fair.
It rolls a 12 to hit.
Nope, AC is 15.
Awesome. So you kind of push it off with your shield as it kind of bounces away.
Your AC is higher than
Oh,
mine.
thank you. Sorry. Goodbye. And I run up behind Aisling, and this little hand slaps into the small of your back, and bark begins to grow over your skin as I cast bark skin.
Nice.
So your AC is now a flat 16.
Thank you. How long does that last?
I believe it's concentration up to an hour, so as long as I maintain concentration.
Wicked. Thank you, Fig.
Very good go. The first of those creatures is still alive, and it's kind of looking forward, and it sees new prey has appeared. So it's going to do one of two things. It's going to try and hit Fig with its tail and bite Aisling.
So rude.
That is very rude.
So Aisling, we'll do you first. And that is a 23 to hit, doing 7 piercing damage.
Yikes.
It kind of bites into this bark, and then you kind of see it pull back and go. It's confused slightly. 23
Yeah,
to
I think
hit.
it's feeling a bit rough now.
Oh no. 23 to hit Fig as well.
Chris, sorry to interrupt, but I forgot on my Vicious Mockery, on that one, they also have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
In which case, we'll take the second 23 as the roll, so it's 23. So unfortunately, it does still hit. Still does that, but we'll do disadvantage on the fight, the tail attack on Fig.
Okay.
Awesome. Because it's a multi-attack, I'm going to take it as all of those. 18 to hit. And let's
Yeah, that hits.
just check it, see if it comes in lower. Oh no, 13 to hit.
Ah, that does not hit.
Okay, so that tail comes in slightly. This kind of seems to be trying to work something out. And kind of its tail comes in a bit slower than it should do, and you kind of dart out the way. Just as this tail kind of crashes into the ice. The second ice drake is asleep. And that will make it Rock's turn.
Rock is ever so slightly annoyed that these creatures are picking on my companions. So I am going to literally roll my sleeves up slightly, and I am going to cup my hands and whisper something. And I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on the one that is awake.
Lovely.
And I'm going to cast that at 2nd level. So that is a Wisdom saving throw.
Can he do it? Can he do it? That is a grand total of 3.
That would be a no. And that I'm going to roll damage. That is 17 points of damage.
Ooh, psychic damage as well, isn't it?
Psychic damage, correct.
Is there any other effects to Dissonant Whispers that I need to know?
I don't believe so. Let me have a look. Dissonant Whispers.
I think that's
Creature.
it.
Oh, no, I beg your pardon. That was the other thing with Dissonant Whispers. Sorry, I'm new to the bard thing. The creature must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
It does, and in doing so, it leaves Ashling's area of melee. If you want to make a reaction attack against it, you can. And Fig as well.
Yes, please. Is that just with a physical weapon?
Yeah, unless you can't. Yeah, you need to be a warcaster to be able to use magic as a reaction.
All right, cool. No, that's fine. I've got my spear on me anyway. So.
Awesome.
Except that's a 5, so I don't think it's going to do anything.
No, that's fine. Fig, did you want to take an opportunity attack?
No, you'll note that Fig is only holding a shield and no other weapons.
Fair enough.
Oh.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Creature will run as far back as it possibly can. In fact, it's going to head that way because there's a... Awesome, and that just lasts until your next turn, doesn't it?
I believe so. Oops, I just rolled again. Let me just check. Yeah, it just says as its reaction.
Cool. Excellent. So it kind of gets there and goes, hang on, that's not right. It stops and thinks.
So, as that just gone, can I, sort of as my bonus action or something, can I just say, quick, that way, and indicate that we should head up the other way from where it's gone?
You can. Right. You can. It's a free action to do that. That's no problem.
Okay. Well, I should attempt to get us to go up here, away from the sleeping dragon, and in the other direction from the other one.
Amazing. How long does that sleeping effect last for, Aisling?
Let me have a wee look. Duration at 1 round.
1 round. So at the beginning of its next turn, it will wake up.
Yeah.
It is the Mephits go, and it's angry at Fig, it's angry at this dragon thing that's hurting its dragon thing, and it will fly up to you, Rock, and try and hit you with its claws.
Okay.
It does not, however. Its arm is too melted, it just kind of impacts against your scales uselessly.
I'm just going to give it filthy side eye.
It takes the filthy side eye, and it kind of snarls at you in return. That will
I shall snarl back.
Ashling's go.
Yes. So has Sleepy Chap woken up yet?
Beginning of his next turn, I'll say. That seems fair.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to disengage then and do what Rock says.
Oh, you don't need to use your action to disengage. You can just walk away. He's still asleep at the moment.
Oh, okay, still asleep.
Yeah.
In which case, could I ready something as my action?
You certainly can. Yeah. What would you like to ready?
I'd like to ready. Like to ready another superpowered blast.
Your Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, because am I right in saying that the other dragon's gone up this way?
No, he's gone this way.
Okay, and Rock wanted us to go this way, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll keep my blast ready for when this guy wakes up.
Fantastic. That is good. Awesome. So you stand ready. This little purple eldritch energy.
I do a good run because I've got those good little goat legs. I do a good run and then a good little spin around, like whoa.
Amazing. You're just standing there with this eldritch energy, just ready to go.
Yeah, it's all gothy and sparkly.
And that will make it Fig's go.
So, Fig is going to, with his shield facing the sleeping creature, sidestep around it, sort of pivoting as he goes. There you go. And then just quickly stop to turn around. And kneels down, picks up a stone, whispers to the stone, and then chucks it at the Mephit.
Oh, excellent. What are you casting?
I shall be casting Magic Stone
Oh, good.
as a bonus action.
Cool. Did you want to make your attack roll?
Oh, 10 to hit.
It kind of just goes wide. You think you've got it, but so much of its body is melted away now. You just go a little wide and kind of goes through the hole, like almost adding insult to injury.
So I think without time really to kind of process that, Fig's just going to turn back to the sleeping creature and stand with his shield up. Ready.
Awesome. That will make it the creatures go. There is a roar of anger, and this thing comes back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Seeing its friend, it will shake it to make it wake up. And you are now facing 2 of these monsters again.
But it's woken up. Does that mean I can now blast it?
You see the other one's head and literally just shake it by the scruff to kind of get it to start moving again. So yeah, do you want to make your 2 attacks, please?
Yeah. I think I might. Can I use the inspiration on an attack roll?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I think I want to use that.
Go ahead.
Which was lucky. Awesome. 16 to hit.
16 will hit, yeah.
I'm so glad I used the inspiration because I rolled a 2.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Yeah.
So roll your damage.
And it's a D10, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And then you add your charisma modifier. And then Wayne, you've got that attack ability that comes off the back of your inspiration, isn't it?
Correct.
Cool.
8 damage on the first one.
Awesome. What happens with that moat?
I shall read it to you just to be sure. What did you roll on the inspiration die, Charlie?
7.
Ashling? 7, okay. So it says on an attack roll, the target and each creature of my choice that I can see within 5 feet of the target must succeed on a con saving throw or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die.
Cool. That was 7. Sorry.
Amazing.
That was 7.
Yeah, 7.
It's versus your spell DC.
DC 16.
DC 16. So that is... First one rolls a 9, so fails. And the second one... So 5, even lower, rolls the 9. So they both take...
Oh, yeah.
They both
take 7 points of thunder damage.
So how does that look, Rock?
Well, the little heart on the back of Ashling's neck literally just kind of flies over her head, and from this tiny little heart there is this huge pulse of thunder damage that booms from it, from a tiny little sparkly heart, and they both take 7 points of damage each.
Ashling's probably just like, oh my god, did I do that?
Excellent. Did you want to roll your second attack, Aisling?
Yeah, it was a 26 to hit.
Well, I feel that's just rude, frankly. But yes, of course that hits.
It is. It was a 14 damage.
14 damage. Ooh. And that's on the same creature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ooh, that was a nice round.
That really was very good. So, yeah, I think in that round you did him quite a bit of damage. He's not looking happy. He's definitely awake. He's bleeding out of bleeding out of his nose. Some of the scales have come loose. He's smoking slightly, which is, from all this damage that's sort of come out of him from nowhere, and looking mightily angry and definitely confused.
Shouldn't have been rude.
And will charge at the thing it first notices, which is the little rabbit-eared creature in front of it. Not having the wherewithal to work out that was not the thing that attacked him. So it will make a bite attack against you first. That is a 20 to hit.
Well, that hits.
Doing 8 piercing damage.
Okay, I'll run out.
And then...
Cool. Pass my concentration check.
Cool, fantastic. Well remembered, thank you for that. And then a 21 to hit, doing 8 bludgeoning damage.
Jeez.
So...
Oof.
So this thing kind of runs in, grabs past your shield, bites into your shoulder thing, and then as it pulls away, its tail lashes out and smacks you on the side.
How much was that total? Sorry, the second one was 8. What was the first one?
First one was 8. So 8, so 16 in total. Cool. And that will make it Rock's go.
I am going to measure something. I'm going to move forward.
Yep.
So I assume I will get a attack of opportunity from the method.
Yes, which has been super effective so far. So
This will probably kill me.
Oh, we lost someone. Oh, there she is. I'm just going to swap people around. Whoop.
Well, she's gone again on mine. Oh, there we go.
Cool.
Yeah,
right.
sorry, don't know what happened. But
That's all right.
hopefully I'm back now.
Sorry, that was a 15 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Doing 5 slashing damage and 6 cold damage as a sort of ash, like spike of ice kind of comes off the back of it.
Okay, so from there I am going to look directly at these two creatures in front of me, and I am just going to very quietly say, "Would you get away from my friends?" And as I say friends, I'm going to let go of my breath weapon.
Nice.
So I need them to roll a... Oh, what do they roll?
I think it's a dex save from against
Yeah.
your breath weapon.
Yes.
So
And it's a 15-foot cone, and my breath weapon uses psychic energy damage.
Ooh.
how does it look when it opens up? Because obviously psychic energy doesn't normally have a physical form.
It literally just looks almost like sound waves, but with no sound. So it is almost just, you can see the air kind of wobble a bit.
Love that.
Awesome. So the first one rolled a natural 20. The second one rolled a staggering 2.
Good.
Haha.
Okay.
The dice
And-
giveth, the dice taketh away.
Indeed. And the damage is 3d8.
Cool. And the one that didn't save takes half of that.
I believe so.
Did save takes half of it.
Yeah, so that's 7, 6, and 4, which is
7,
13
6,
plus 4, 17.
17 damage. Nice.
17 and 8, I guess. Yeah.
And this one just takes 8. 17 half. Yep, it's 8. So one of them is the one that you sort of started to attack. This one at the back is looking incredibly rough. It's bleeding from several orifices, and its nose just suddenly gushes this sort of like slightly purplish blood. It's kind of staggering,
Ooh.
looking very confused for a second. And the other one takes less damage, but is still looking quite rough. It is the Mephits go. It is going to not get its breath back. It's just going to do what it did before. It's going to fly up to the dragon. Just go,
Get off.
and is going to it misses, definitely misses. A grand total of 5 to hit. It's again, it kind of forgets how much it's reduced, and it kind of just trying to hit you with its wings and claws that aren't there anymore, unfortunately.
Okay. I know I watch too many cartoons, but I just have this image of Rock standing there just going from behind. Totally ignoring it while it just constantly punches me in the head.
Completely what it looks like to Ashling and Fig. It's just this little thing goes, and it's just not doing any damage from the big dragon.
Ashling's like, you've got a thing. on
Yes,
you."
I know, it won't go away.
Right. Okay.
Focus on the big things.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ashling, it is your go.
Okay. So this is the one that's looking real rough, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna cast Chill Touch, which sounds so cool.
They're both looking reasonably rough. The one around the corner you can't quite see as easy. It's kind of hidden behind this rocky edifice. The one in front of you can see easily, or you know the other one's there, so you could move if you wanted to so you could get a range on it.
So I could move to like here.
You could. Yeah, and you'd get a clear sight of the big thing there.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna sort of dodge around a bit and then cast Chill Touch on it, which I can do at a higher level, 5th level, so I get to use 2d8 on this one for necrotic damage.
Nice. What does it need to roll to defend itself?
Or
is it a spell attack for you?
Ranged spell attack.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's just a ranged spell attack. So on hit, target takes 2d8 necrotic damage. Can't regain hit points until the start of its next turn.
Nice. Cool.
And it's a creepy skeletal hand that it flies through the air and like attaches itself to the dragon.
You hear in the back of your head, oh, finally, something with a little bit of style.
I thought you'd like that. No one else can hear my creepy Satan voice.
Just
so
you.
I'm just talking to myself.
So
We're used to it by now, dear.
roll your attack for me, please. Oh no! I think we may have lost Charlie.
I think I've lost
Hello.
my connection a wee bit.
I think so.
It's a little glitch.
What we'll do is, Charlie, is we're going to jump forward to Fig, but we'll resolve that attack if you when you're able to get back with us. So, Fig, what would you like to do?
Right. So I think Fig is going to. How are Ashling and Rock looking?
Ashling looked like she was quite rough. Rock, how are you looking?
I'm okay. I mean, I've had damage, but I'm okay.
Okay. But nothing can really get to Ashling at the moment, can they? That well, possibly.
That you
Quite
know of.
small. They might be able to step over me.
To be fair, most of us could step over you.
Right. So I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Ashling. And throwing my pen apparently.
Awesome.
Go back.
I'm going
Hey! Awesome, but just...
to cast it at second level.
Oh, nope, she's gone again.
God. Ooh, cool.
13.
So I've made a note of that for when she's back.
There, awesome. Ashling, you regain 13 hit points as Fig reaches out and touches your arm, causing healing magic to charge in. What does Fig's magic look like?
It's almost imperceptible to the eye. It looks kind of like heat rising off a tarmac, but it generally smells of things like freshly cut grass or pomegranate seeds. Or
Awesome.
It's all
Lovely.
very spring-like and barely perceptible.
That's amazing. I love that.
Once Fig's done that,
Yep.
Fig swings their shield onto their back, hunkers down onto their haunches, bares their teeth, and as a bonus action turns into a direwolf.
I don't have a token for a direwolf, so we're just going to
That's
make you a large Fig for a second.
Yep, I am now large.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
That is amazing. Excellent. So, Ashling, we would like to resolve... Oh, no. Oh, dear. Charlie, are you there with us?
Oh no.
No, that's a shame. I think what we'll do, though we're in the middle of a fight, I think because Charlie's having a couple of technical difficulties, I think now's a good opportunity for us to go on a quick break. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. So about 7 o'clock for everybody to carry on this fight and see how much further we can get through. And hopefully we will have Charlie back with us.
Lovely.
Awesome. We shall see you in 10. Cool. Welcome back. We are in the middle of a fight with two dastardly looking ice drakes that are trying to chomp down our brave adventurers. I'm just going to swap you over to the map again, and it is Ashling's go.
On my map, why is Fig gigantic?
Fig? Oh yeah, that's so. So Fig turned into a direwolf.
Oh, okay, cool. Fig's not just having like a size complex or anything.
Nope. So yes, would you like to roll your attack for the
doing chill touch?
Chill touch.
Yeah. So see, nice. That's 16 to hit.
16 will hit. Yes.
Amazing, and it's for 5th level 2d8. So
nice. Warlocks, yo.
Yeah. Oh. 7 total.
7 total?
Yep.
7 is enough. I would like you to describe your kill.
Ooh! I think because it was through necrotic damage, I kind of want this dragon to just turn to black ash.
I think that happens. You kind of watch it with horror as this ghastly hand springs forward from Aisling and kind of grabs this creature by the scruff and draws up this natural energy into it. And as it does, this thing just kind of turns to powder.
That's what I thought.
It's like the snapping again. Seeing its friend killed, this thing is going to try and hit the direwolf in front of it and take a swing at the creature that cast the magic. So first of all, it'll bite the direwolf. with a 23 to hit,
Yep, that hits.
doing 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then Aisling, its tail lashes out towards you with a a wonderfully high 7 to hit.
Oh, bummer, doesn't hit.
Does not hit. Kind of goes too wide. And that is its go, which will make it Rock's go.
Rock is going to. Rock is probably going to just cast Vicious Mockery yet again.
Vicious Mockery. Awesome. I'm just going to move that.
So it is again a Wisdom saving throw, please.
It will probably not do very well on this. Natural 20.
Oh,
I'm afraid.
What the hell?
It is
rude.
angry that you killed its companion, and it just shakes off what you are trying to do.
well, I shall give it a disapproving look nonetheless.
That will make it the Mephit's go. And the Mephit will... Sorry, hang on a second. I'm just changing something very quickly. See what's going on. Reevaluate its life choices. And will use its action to disengage and run away. Which it does to about there. That makes it Aisling. It is your go.
Again. Amazing. So, I think because how are they looking at the moment?
This one is very much bloodied, and there's very little left of the Mephit that is trying to escape you at the moment.
I think she's gonna, because it counts as a ranged on the chill touch. Yeah, the range is 120 feet, so I could reach that, couldn't I?
You could.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna send that creepy hand after the little bugger.
Awesome. Is it a... Sorry, chill touch, I'm trying to remember. Is it a cast and done, or does it hang around for a bit?
I think it's cast and done, but it's a cantrip, so I could just make another one.
Okay, yeah, cool. Excellent. Go for it.
Yeah. Oh, this is a natural 20.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Promise.
Awesome.
Wasted
Go
on
for
a
it.
method.
So how we're doing critical damage slightly different with us. So basically what you do is you total up what the maximum you would roll if you could roll normally, and then you roll your dice on top of that. So for example, if you were using your Eldritch Blast, you would get a 10 and then you'd roll a d10 on top of that.
Damn. Okay. So because it's 2d8, so it's a 16.
16, yep.
With 2d8 on top.
And then you roll your 2d8 again.
Whoa.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
No complaints here.
Yeah, just remember that your opponents can do exactly the same to you.
Well, that was a 10, so that's 26.
26.
Jesus.
You obliterate this little creature. It kind of shatters, shatters, and just kind of all that's left is this little tiny rains of these black, ashy ice flakes.
Bye, Felicia.
Pop! It is gone. Dead, I tell you.
That was fun.
Dead.
There's still a rather large dragon in front of us.
Yes, but that one was trying to get away, and that's just rude.
It was very annoying as well.
You,
Yeah.
Aisling,
I agree.
Aisling, you hear a familiar chuckle in the back of your head, and don't forget you also regain temporary hit points because of your
Equal
surplus.
to...
your level plus your... I can't remember how much.
Oh, yeah, my charisma...
Modifier.
Wait. Yeah, charisma mod and my level, so
Yeah.
7.
So you regain 7. Well, you get 7 temporary hit points.
Oh no, 9. 9 temporary hit points.
Very good.
Amazing.
I
I like Ashling.
Amazing. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I think she's been pretty productive.
Which would make it Fig's go.
So Fig is feeling big and confident, like they can take on this wyvern or this worm, whatever this big cold lizard is. So they're going to attack in their direwolf form. Because I have allies within 5 foot of the creature, I get pack tactics.
You do. Pesky
So
wolves.
I roll with advantage.
You do. That's really cool.
Oh, that just broadcast it. I do apologise. There we go. Bite.
Awesome.
So 19 for the. So it'll be 19.
I've got 3 rolls in chat from me. I've got 16.
Oh, I didn't get the third one. So it'll be 16, 19 with the advantage will be the 19.
Awesome. So the 19 will hit. And you
Lovely.
roll your damage.
So it takes 9 piercing. 7 piercing.
7 piercing.
And can it make a strength saving throw, please?
It
That hit.
would certainly like to.
Oh.
Let's see if I can use one of those natural 20s I've saved up from the dice gods. I cannot. It is a 7, I'm afraid. So he is grappled.
He is knocked prone, I believe.
Ooh.
Yes.
So you kind
Knocked
of.
prone.
So you guys watch as Fig leaps in and grabs this thing and shakes it and throws it to the floor. And it is prone. Excellent. Well, in which case, it will spend the first half of its go getting up, using half its movement to do so. And then it's really not happy. It sees you as a big threat now. Fig, so it's going to attack. Oop. Oh, it just tells you what. Okay, cool. It's going to attack you with a bite and then a tail, which is its standard. Bear with me 1 second. So it's 23 to hit with the first one.
Hits.
And that does 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And 15 to hit with the second.
15. That
Yep.
hits.
That does 8 bludgeoning. And you make all of those, I think.
Okay.
Awesome. That is its go, which makes it Rock's go.
Right. Rock is going to. Will I be at disadvantage if I shoot my crossbow at it?
From close range, you would be at disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, that's no good then. I shall. I am actually going to just stab it with my dagger
Okie doke.
out of sheer frustration and annoyance. So that is a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
And that is 4 piercing damage.
Kind of, once this thing is kind of focused in on Fig, you kind of leap into the side and just stab it once in the ribs.
No, it's way less brave than that. While it's focused on Fig, I'm going to just kind of edge around and just go, and then step back again.
Perfect. Absolutely brilliant. That will make it Aisling, your go.
Ayo. Okay. They're still looking pretty rough, right?
They are looking decidedly on their last legs. Wobbly, you might even say.
Okay. Well, I'm really liking what this creepy hand does. Hand trick. I kind of want it to go like that.
Roll your attack,
Flick it.
please.
Oh, come on, please. Okay. Yeah, 24 to hit.
Will hit.
Which is amazing. And it is 2d8. Amazing. Amazing. That's me. 13 damage.
Describe your kill.
A flick and a pause, and then gradually turns to coal, and then the whole thing goes.
Amazing, exactly. You just kind of see this flick, and then this life energy just drags out into this hand as it floats away, and what is left is this crumbling husk of a creature.
And then the hand comes over, and we high five.
Careful.
It's mine. It's fine. No
And-
friendly fire.
You guys are left in this icy cavern on your own, looking around at these sort of bodies that are falling around you.
I'm just going to look at Fig and just go, good dog?
Have to just plants their bum down and goes,
Good dog.
Very good boy.
Right. Now, do we go down the tunnel that they came from? That was where we were originally going, I believe.
I check my map. And is it?
Make a survival check. It's not a high DC.
Oh, okay. Well, not a high roll, so that's lucky. That was a 6.
A 6. I mean, with absolute surety, you think that way is east. The way that
100%.
yeah, 100%. And then she starts walking back the way that you originally came. I think one.
Ashling, dear, we're not going back.
What? Well, I know. Yeah. No, I know.
The other east?
Yeah. No, I was just making sure that you guys were like all compos mentis after such a dramatic encounter. I know that. That's fine. And I walk. I go.
Excellent. And as you guys move forward, you kind of have a look around, just because you're all slightly on edge after that fight, and I'd like you all to make a perception check for me, please.
Okie dokie. 13 for Ashling.
13.
17 for Rock.
22 for Fig.
Fig, in your wolven form, you smell what what is slightly like rotten leather, and you can also sort of definitely sense where these creatures built their nest. You immediately sort of pad over, sort of interested in what's going on, and you nuzzle around, and you find what's left of a skeleton in a looks like a gnawed corpse of a human. Most of their clothing has been shredded, but you can tell at one time it was fairly good quality travelling gear. Remarkably, amongst the picked bones, you nuzzle up and you find a beautiful lute that seems untouched by the elements, as does the soft fur-lined cloak the dragon creatures were using as bedding.
Fig will scoop it all up in their mouth. Skeleton, loot, fur and all. Pad over to Rock and then just dump it at Rock's feet.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So you have the skeleton that's wearing
I'm going to, of course, pat Fig on the nose gently.
Amazing.
Good,
Gonna have
good
a
Fig.
Snuffle around.
Right. Okay, I'm going to pick the dead bones out of the pile at my feet, and take a look at the loot and the cloak.
The loot is of phenomenal quality. You have not seen anything like it in your life. It's made from a very old white ash that goes back, and it has gold filigree all the way written through it.
Like a Stradivarius lute.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, and it kind of weighs beautifully. You kind of because you know, even though you're an orator, you do know your way around a musical
I
instrument.
do play.
Yeah, and you kind of test a couple of the strings just out of curiosity, and they have held their pitch perfectly, even though they've been abandoned in the snow.
Hmm.
And the cloak,
Well,
the cloak is exquisite and very soft and very warm.
is it very flamboyant?
It could be.
Good.
It could also be very suitable for the two people with you as well.
That's that. Does anybody need a cloak? Is anyone cold? And I'm just going to look at Fig and just go, Ashling, are you cold?
I think we'd need to get it tailored a little bit if it was going to be for Fig.
Probably. Right. Well, let's just put it in the bag and keep moving, shall we? We'll.
Oh no, I'll keep it warm for them.
Oh, all right, then you wear it.
Yeah, I'll wear it in for them. It's fine.
So as soon as you put this cloak on,
I do some swooshes.
excellent. You do some swooshes, and as soon as it kind of drapes over your shoulder, you feel it change slightly, and its form matches your shoulder, and kind of drapes just the right length to kind of give you enough give, but enough to bring it around to keep you warm. And what you have,
I'm just going to say, did you just? Never mind. It's fine.
What?
I think that fits you better than it did a few minutes ago. I think we've been in these ice caverns too long. I think we should probably get a move on.
I just suit a lot of stuff.
Yes, I've always said that about your hooves.
Oh my god, they can go in anything.
mechanically, what you have there, Charlie, is a cloak of protection. So it adds 1 to your armor class.
Hey!
Also, can I just check with Fig?
I know.
Is your direwolf's armor class lower than your own armor class?
Yes.
That's amazing. I love that Fig has a higher armor class than the white direwolf.
Makes up for the fact
I'm
that
being visited. I'm being visited by my own direwolf.
amazing.
I would like to just strum a few notes on the lute and just play a couple of scales.
It sounds beautiful and pitch perfect, and it kind of carries itself really, really well. And there seems to be a resonance to it. And I think I'll have you roll a Arcana check for me.
Okay. Arcana, just check. That's not bad. 17.
17.
Oh wait, Arcana. Yes, 17.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a magical lute of some kind.
Oh.
You're not sure. You'd need to spend time with it to figure out exactly what it does, but you're fairly certain that somebody has warped runes into the wood.
Ooh. Okay, well, I should very carefully wrap that with any other sort of clothing and put it in my bag to keep.
Amazing.
My backpack.
So just bear with me 1 second whilst I find it, and I will.
Although once I have stuck it on my back in my backpack, I'm just going to look at Aisling and say, "Ugh, I look like a common wandering minstrel."
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, no, you look amazing. No, you look great. Don't worry about it.
Come along. I think I just heard Fig shake.
Yep, you did.
Also, you find on there a pouch which seems to have some gold in it, and a small book which looks like it is a diary.
Nosy time.
Can we have a look at the diary?
Of course you can. The diary is mostly like taken to the elements. It's filled with what you can read. It looks like it's filled with half-finished poems and songs and little marginal notes about scales and like how to kind of how this song is going to work and things like that. Towards the end, it becomes a bit more diary entry like. Most of it is rotted away, but you do manage to make out a few entries towards the back. And it's up to you. I can read these out, or you can read these out. I do not mind which.
Well, why don't you read them out?
So the diary at the front reads, "The Diary of Gil the Bright, keeping accounts of adventurers great and good." The free entries to the back of the journal particularly pique your interest, and they read as such. 7th day of the 2nd week of Frostkiss. My companions and I found our way into the old city. Rymar is still complaining about feeling watched. I tried to settle his nerves, but the dwarf would not have any of it. He's beginning to worry me, to be honest. Ever since a strange undead attacked us, he doesn't really sleep. Yesterday, Joy found him dozing on his watch, murmuring about Our Lady's revenge. We need to finish our business here and get him back to town so a healer can check him over. 8th day of the 2nd week of Frostkiss. We lost Rymir today. A strange fog descended on the city, and before we knew what had happened, he was gone. Ether and Joyce searching him as best as they could, but I'm certain that's it. It's the last we've seen of him. A little while ago, Ether said they heard him in the darkness to the city. Tolvir, Joy and I convinced them not to go look for him, but only just. Things are tense here, to be honest. I begin to think the whole idea of this treasure in the lost city was a terrible idea. That and this horrible wailing that just won't go away. The last entry is scrawled in much wilder hand. 2nd, maybe 4th day of the 4th week of Frostkiss. I haven't written for a while. Ether and Joy are gone. Rymir came back, but he was wrong. Attacked us. Got them both. Torvir cut him down. Only Joy and Ether, they didn't die. They just changed like him. Tolvir and I ran. We think we are safe for now. This whole thing has been a mistake. My friends, I'm not sure there's anything left of them. And that wailing, it just won't stop. Every night, Tolvir and I are going to make a break for it tomorrow and hope these monsters in the caverns don't get us. If you find this, we didn't make it. You should turn back. We should have turned back. You should too. I never even got to tell Ether how I felt about them.
Oh, well, that's rather sad. Also, we should probably go back.
This doesn't sound great, does it?
No. Although we can't really go back because then we'll be hexed by a hag or whatever they do.
I mean, there's not even anywhere to go because the door's all gone.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see if we can find the quickest way. Do you see any light? Can we just... Fig, can you smell anywhere out?
Fig will sniff around and sniff the air.
Awesome. I think Fig can make a survival check if they wish.
$25.
25. Nice.
Come Fig.
With your more bestial instincts as a direwolf, you are keenly aware of which way you guys need to go to carry on your quest. The tunnels lead forward and kind of coalesce into another network, but you lead us through. You lead the party through easily, and start tracking down. You feel like you're making good time. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to roll a d6 for me, please, Fig, and tell me the number that comes up.
I can do that.
A 2.
Mm-hmm.
We win.
You win. Yes, you win D&D
Huzzah.
with a 2. It's the one number that can beat halflings.
Yes.
So you hear a quite haughty, loud and pompous voice as you kind of go through that, and a sort of splashing sound.
Rock, shut up.
Well, of course I'm going to hold court here as soon as I can convince my fellows that this is the best place to be, you understand? You are such a captive audience, young Smokey. Yes, absolutely perfect. Now, what we have to do is we just have to figure out what someone of my caliber needs in a cavern like this. And you are met with this sort of mumbling, sort of slapping sound as something heavy is moving around just outside of view.
Oh my god,
Rock's,
I love it.
Does Rock hear that as well?
I think once you see Fig prick up their ears and sort of, what's that? You can, and he's not, whoever it is not being quiet.
I think Rock's just going to say, well, finally, it sounds like there are at least some civilized people here. That way, I'm sure that way, they sound like they are the kind of people we should be asking for, directions, perhaps?
Yeah, they sound suitably stuck up. They might have food.
Well, I think they sound positively pleasant. Right, come along, let's go that way.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to prestidigitation my cloak and everything and make sure I'm perfectly clean and presentable.
I feel
Oh
like.
my god, I feel like.
How does that look,
Sorry,
Rock? Yeah, how does that look, Rock? Because prestidigitation is such a great spell.
It literally looks like I am just doing that thing where you judge someone like that.
On yourself?
But to myself.
Yeah.
And then everything is sparkly clean and in perfect condition.
Amazing. That is perfect.
I want Aisling to have seen you do that and be like, oh yeah, good idea. And she does what she thinks is classy, but is like ultra tacky and sparkly and terrible.
And I think Fig, having seen this kind of scenario before, will get down so that they can both hop on Fig's back so they can make an entrance.
Good Fig, very good Fig.
Amazing. So you
Let's
guys
do that.
make your way down this ice path, and it kind of opens up into this softly lit cavern. And you're not entirely certain where the light is coming from initially. And you see that someone has put an ever lantern onto one side. There is a big pool of water which goes underneath the ice, and sitting beside it is a tiny little Arctic fox with grey ears that come out behind them, and they are looking in the water, and as soon as they see you they kind of turn, look at you directly and yip, and as they do that there is a sound from the water, and this giant walrus pulls itself up, and you notice that immediately you notice there's something very different about this walrus. It is slightly larger than your average walrus, and it has a scarf carefully tied around its neck. And it looks at you all, goes, and it says in the voice that you've heard before, "Oh, visitors, splendid! I shall have my first court after all. I am the Marquis Lufu the Present." And he does what is closest thing a walrus can do to a bow. "And this is my loyal manservant, Smokey. So named because he has grey ears. And who might you wonderful people be?"
Aisling literally squeals in excitement. Like, audibly squeals. Like, oh my god!
And Rock will just start by waving like the Queen as we ride in our direwolf.
Yeah. Hello.
Good day to you, sir. Good day.
Yes.
It is a
greeting.
very good day, for you have met me. And that is a perfect thing to happen for any human or creature of any kind. And what are your names, good ones?
I am. I go by the name of Rock, sir, and these are my companions.
Lady Ashlington the 15th.
15th, you say? Amazing.
Despicably delightful to meet you.
Practically a dynasty.
Yes.
Lady?
Doing a thing. Sharp. I'm doing a thing.
Make a deception check.
Who?
You. Ashley, make
Oh no. That's a critical failure.
There's kind of a quite. Well, your dragonborn at least is not trying to, confuse me with strange tales.
Oh, my friends are just most excitable. It's very lovely to meet you. This grand beast upon which we ride is my other companion, who is currently, as you will notice, in this form of this magnificent beast. Do you mind us coming to join you? We're traversing these caverns.
Oh, certainly. I mean, visitors are always welcome. I mean, I do get to the outside world, but poor Smokey is bound here by himself, you see.
Oh, right. Terribly sorry to hear that. May we? And I'll just gesture to sit near them.
Yep, and he kind of makes, kind of flutters over and just makes room for you all. I'm afraid you will find my court slightly lacking in personnel right at this moment. It is something that Smokey and I are trying to rectify. But you are welcome to help yourself to the water, and I suppose if you are hungry, I could catch you some fish.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine for now. Raw fish, not my best. You were saying you get to the outside world.
Why, yes, although I wouldn't go at the moment. Terrible storm, bloody awful business, frankly, if you ask me. The stream goes quite a way. Yes, where have you come from? Not normal you see travellers this far underground.
No, we're not from around here. We're heading towards the lost city town.
Oh, good. Well, you're on the right track.
Oh, good. Which
Dreadful
way is it?
business with that poor town. Dreadful, dreadful business.
What dreadful business?
Oh,
What happened?
well, ice cabs came in, ate it whole. Only managed to speak to a couple of people about it a few years back. Apparently, some lost treasure. Somebody left it behind, and a couple of monsters in there. But you lot seem like you might be capable.
Of what? Sorry.
They're protecting yourselves.
Oh yes, we're very well. We're famous adventurers, you know.
Oh,
So brave and strong.
so brazen and strong. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, perhaps you can regale my court with one of your tales.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. I mean, where would you like me to start?
At the beginning. And I won't make you sit through telling a whole story to these two. But I will get you to roll a performance check for me. Oh.
That would be 28.
28.
Yep.
Quickly, whilst he's doing that, I feel like Fig is probably a little more aware of what's going on around them whilst these two are telling. Although he's quite, Fig's they're quite fond of rock stories, aren't they?
Overly so.
Yeah.
To their detriment.
Do you want to make an insight check with disadvantage?
That will be 10.
10. I think that's enough. I think you are particularly aware of the fact that Smokey really doesn't want you all here, but feels like they look like they're just like every once in a while they'll wander up and they'll nudge the Marquis, and they kind of like and yip at you all, and then kind of but doesn't because they're so small. They probably don't feel like they are capable of escorting you away. So putting up with you.
I think Fig would turn back, because listening to a story as a direwolf isn't terribly exciting for Fig. And then possibly crawl on hands and knees towards Smokey.
They sit low and move themselves so that they are between you and the water, and their hackles come up and they growl as deep as an Arctic fox can manage. The rest of you are completely enraptured by Rock's story at this point.
I'm just going to be keeping a kind of a side eye at what's going on, and sort of more in one of those like, there's someone in the audience who's eating sweets.
Fig will stand up, because Fig is taller than the Arctic fox, and kind of look over the Arctic fox at the water to see if there's anything.
It's a deep pool of icy water.
And then side saddle around the fox towards the water.
Kind of shuffles over and looks like he's definitely trying to stop you getting in the water.
What? Can I have a drink?
Kind of thinks. Make a persuasion check. Because I'm assuming that you're probably going to just make a drink. Have a drink, give him a fig.
That was a whopping 6.
A whopping 6. You cannot have a drink. Smokey makes it quite clear if you take another step forward, they are going to try and bite you.
Are you guarding the water? Is the water dangerous?
You saw the walrus come out of the water, but that doesn't mean anything.
It's full of walrus, that's why it doesn't look
It's just packed full of walrus.
Make an animal handling check for me. I think we'll give that a go.
16.
16. He calms down a little bit, and he kind of he's still on edge a little bit. There's so many new faces here, and you do get the impression that he's definitely guarding something and down there, and there's something. It's not the water itself, because he keeps looking to see if he can see what's down there, but there's something that he does not want you getting near down there.
Now Fig wants it.
I think it's about this time that Rock, your story wraps to hold, and the Marquis rolls onto one side and slaps his gigantic belly with one of his fins. Brava! Brava! Good man! Good man! So exciting! That bit with the goblins. Who knew such cunning foes? 50 of them, you say?
Oh yes, at least 50 of them.
And just the 3 of you. That is amazing.
We're very resourceful when we want to be.
Amazing.
Yeah, wasn't even a big deal. We barely even noticed.
Oh, I mean, I thought Rock described you almost losing an arm, and only Fig's amazing ingenuity of magic.
so much happens. But do tell us a little more about you, perhaps.
Oh, I mean, my story is not so fanciful or brave, but I am a creature of great magical power, as you can tell.
Oh.
I was the experiment of a wonderfully powerful sorcerer. And he kind of fluffs himself up and out his bristles and kind of wiggles down and goes, he made me the smartest walrus on the world.
You are without doubt the smartest walrus I have ever encountered.
I know, and it is both a gift and a curse, you see. Because although I am very intelligent and a Marquis nonetheless, I am very lonely, and other walruses not so smart and not so much fun, and I like the fishing and I like the whole basking, but I'm not in the mood to listen to them just honk on all day.
I can so totally relate.
So I have made it my mission to carve out my own kingdom here, with Smokey, who is gallantly defending his ex-boss. And
His ex-boss?
Oh yeah, there's some sort of petrified adventurer down there. Oh, well, it reminds me. such a good story deserves a reward. If you'll bear with me, and he and slides into the water for a second.
Can I just quickly look at Fig, as clearly Fig knows things about weird shit. And I'm just going to look at Fig and just go, do you have any idea what's going on?
Well, the walrus said that there's a petrified person down there, and Smokey won't let me go near the water.
Yes,
So
he was Smokey's owner or
Can I-
boss. Are we in danger?
Are we?
I don't know. I thought you would know. Oh, he's coming back.
And he does reappear, and he kind of drags himself on, and like he's much more elegant going into the water than he is coming out. But he just pulls himself
I know
on
the feeling.
and sort of slaps around. And in his mouth is a fine-looking leather pouch on a long string, which looks like it has a couple of things in it. He kind of drops it, and he kind of looks at Smokey, who's kind of, his ears have fallen back, and he goes, "Oh, don't look at me like that. I mean, what else do we have to give them? And that was such a lovely story, and it's not like your owner's going to use it." And then Smokey, you can see this sort of logic go behind this Arctic Fox's, and he kind of sits down, like, resigned, and it pushes this bag towards the two of you.
I'm just going to say to Marquis Lufu, I'm just going to say, I do you mind just, and I'm going to look at Smokey and just say, Smokey, would you rather we didn't take this gift?
Make an insight check.
Insight. 11.
11. You've never seen a fox do a nonchalant shrug before, but this one does. And they seem to be... They're not exactly dancing around about it, but they're okay about the whole concept of you getting this reward. As long as you're not hurting whatever they are protecting.
Okay. In which case I shall turn back to Marquis Lufu and say, "Oh, that's very kind of you. May I?"
You do. He kind of pushes the bag towards you, and you find in it... I'm reading my own notes. You find in it a healing potion and a scroll case, which looks like it is completely sealed. And when you pop off the top, you find a scroll with mirror image on it.
Scrolls are one use, aren't they?
They are,
Are they?
yes.
Yeah.
And you need to be an arcane caster to use them. So you two are okay. I think all of you are okay. It's probably fine. I'll double check the rules before it actually happens. But you should be fine to kind of all cast it, but it might be a little more difficult if you're not a wizard or a sorcerer, is all.
That kind of tells us who's down below. Also, Chris, I did not check with you. You said there were coins in the... when we found the cloak and the loot. I didn't ask how much.
There's 50 gold coins in there.
Yes, I should just say, well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Is there anything we could do for you, perhaps?
And Aurorus looks at poor Smokey. And he looks slightly sad. He goes, "Well, I would be a terrible, terrible lord or marquis if I did not take care of my employees. Do you know anything about reversing petrification on creatures?"
I don't believe I do.
If you...
perhaps my companions do.
I feel Aisling immediately just flicks through her book like, there's got to be something. I don't think she finds anything.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Chris,
What'd you get?
15.
15. No, not in your spell. You think you might be able to ask your little passenger, but you'll probably need to find a quiet time because it requires some explaining. But from what you understand of petrification, it's quite powerful magic to turn people back. Oddly enough,
is it a magic state? Petrification.
it is. Yes.
Would dispel magic work?
Didn't say that.
I am not certain whether it would actually.
It won't.
No.
It has to be greater restoration.
Greater restoration.
Wish.
That's what I
damn.
thought.
Thank you for that. So yes, no, you know that dispel magic would only work on an active magical effect, whereas this is a permanent resonance. Fig, you are aware that you might be able to one day. It's the sort of thing that you have explored in your field, but you have not got that ability at the moment. To put a long story short, poor Smokey here is actually bound to this spot. He is a familiar for a wizard who is petrified below. The wizard is not dead, however, their intrinsic state means poor Smokey cannot leave them and can do very little but watch over my new kingdom for me. And as sad as it would be to see him go, I would like to see him happy first.
Well, I'm afraid there's not very much it appears we can do for him right now.
If you could just
We can't, unpetrify him. Is there anything else we could do?
just bear it in mind in the future, and if you happen to come into the ability to do so, or something that might be able to assist, come back and let us know. You're always welcome in this kingdom, particularly if you're going to tell such wonderful stories.
That's very kind of you. I'm not sure we'll be coming back to this kingdom, but we will bear you in mind. Ashton, dear, could you make a note on your map so we can possibly find this place again?
Totally. She circles it and just goes help Fox with ice hole.
Perfect.
Phrasing.
Amazing. So, you...
yes. Right.
So, what I can do for you is I can make sure you take the right tunnel to get to this city, this lost town, this creepy place. Personally, I wouldn't go myself. I would stay here. I'll get you some fish, and we can have a nice dinner together. But you seem quite set on this one.
Unfortunately, we have.
It's a thing. It's like a whole thing. We've got to do this thing.
It's a geese.
There are geese involved.
That.
Oh, I don't trust geese. Anything
Hag geese.
Hag geese.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, what a terrifying concept.
Not heard of that species. Or genus. I'll have to draw me a picture of them next time you visit. And you should visit again. It's been a very pleasant stay. So, coming out of here, and he gives you this slightly over-explained, but when you kind of boil it down, it's actually very clear which way you need to go and which tunnels you need to do. And then if you take...
I'm drawing a map of it as he says it.
But don't take the third right, take the first right, and then... and on like that. It takes a good 5-10 minutes, but he eventually does get through to you where you need to go, which actually makes the next part of your journey slightly faster. So,
Nice.
with the Marquis's directions, you find yourself going through these tunnels much quicker, and the same sort of thing, the strange resonance, these weird lights just out of view, and a couple of times you actually pass what look like bodies locked just out of the view in the ice further back. Whatever happened here happened quickly, and has locked so much in place.
Oh, that's not creepy at all, is it?
After an hour or two, you break into this large open cavern. Below you stands what looks like the remains of the tunnel breaks out into a large cave, eerily lit by blue ever lanterns, is the remnants of an ice-covered town. Worn down buildings and empty streets lay before you just beyond a rime-kissed graveyard filled with hastily added gravestones. There is strange lights hovering through the streets. And I'll have a perception check off of all of you.
Okay. 11 from Aisling.
11,
16 for me.
16, lovely.
Dirty 20 from Fig.
Nice. Fig, you are kind of focused down on what you can see, and you fairly certain you can see something shuffling between the buildings. You can't quite make out what it is even from this distance, but it looked vaguely humanoid, and definitely active.
There's things down there, and they're sort of shuffling like they're asleep.
Well, the diary we read, they mentioned undead. Could it
Oh
be that?
God.
That's okay.
It's not okay.
It's not. It's like bad.
I don't like those undead things. They're terrible
No.
rodents.
But they're not very fast.
Oh, neither am I.
Oh, okay.
We're not all tiny and nippy like you are.
You think you've got tiny legs? Like, you're not going to be much faster than them.
Oh no, Fig's very fast when they want to be.
Oh God. I don't want to run past them.
While we're on the ledge, is that right, Chris?
Yeah, you're overlooking this. There's a pathway that leads down to it. It's almost like this was a natural entrance into this area at one point. It's obviously in very poor repair, and it leads to the town, but you're going to have to go through this graveyard below to get there.
Okay. Before we go into the grave, before we go into the graveyard, should we just have a little sit down, have a rest? I think that might be useful. Everyone can just recover a little bit from our.
Okay. I forget that the taller you are, the more tired you get.
Quite right. And remember, I am very tall.
My hooves are killing me.
Well, take them off. Oh no, wait.
Ugh.
Sorry, dear.
So you all settle down for a short rest, I guess?
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm just very aware of the time because you guys have very kindly given me your early evening, but it is 5 to 8, and I did promise that I would let you go before by 8 o'clock. First off, thank you everybody for tuning in. As I saw, there's about 8 people at one point. It was very exciting. You have put up with our technical gubbins and things like that, and we're very, very sorry for all the problems. It's just one of those things out of our control, unfortunately. Thank you to my cast of players for some very fabulous characters. I really would love to play with these again at some point.
Me too. I really, really badly want to play Aisling more.
If you guys like this and you want to see more of it, just let us know. I am definitely going to be streaming more stuff in the future. There is going to be definitely more D&D related content on this channel. Possibly some other roleplay games in the future as well, depending on who I can rope in to do what. Yes, your viewership is amazing. Thank you so much for coming out this afternoon, this evening, and joining us. And then I will just say, guys, can I have a last word from you guys? Yeah, just last word. And if you want to be found on the internet, where you can be found on the internet. Wayne.
Who wants to go first?
I am happy to go first. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to my wonderful friends who play such amazing characters. You can find me on the internet at most things. I am WayneFick01, but most of what I talk about is sort of work-related stuff. But please do follow Chris. He's a wonderful DM, and it's always a joy to play these games. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And Charlie.
Yeah, another thank you, Chris. You're a complete legend. I've loved playing in your games so much. It's been so good. This has been really, really fun. I want to do tons more of these. And yeah, if you want to see my illustration work or anything like that, all my social media is on my website. So Charlie spells CHARLI Vince.com. All my socials are down the bottom. And thank you again to everyone who watched. This has been awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love Aisling. I love Rock too. And finally, never least, but this time last, our very special guest, the wonderful Nick.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for viewing, and thank you, Chris, for running. Really appreciated. Yeah, do go and check out the creative socials, please. It's always good to interact with. And yeah, thank you so much, and have a lovely week, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming along and playing, Nick. This has been really, really good fun. I always love your characters. Nick is my brother, so he has to put up with me full time anyway. But guys, this means a lot to me. Thank you so much for showing up. It has been a lot of fun, and I will leave you with my love, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you all. Bye.